So my thoughts on when I snipe, I always launch stuff as I say before. This is why when I sell my players, on some of my videos, for example, I made 13 million in one in a good coin in a good video because I sniped those players and I sold them at like very high profit at 1 million. So if you combine variety and sniping, you get a lot of coins, my friend. So now let me just explain a little story time about YouTuber X. And that's what I was talking about. How this is the guy that got this whole entire YouTuber community ruined by FIFA Mobile pyramid investment. So I'm not gonna say who he is, what his name, but if you were an old FIFA Mobile player, say you're chilling out in like FIFA 19, you know who I'm talking about. But I'm not gonna point out no one's name, nor I'm gonna take any sides to the argument. I'm just giving you the basic facts of what happened, how this pyramid investment completely destroyed YouTuber X. So this YouTuber X was a very big YouTuber. So they were known for investment videos, but there was a big problem with their videos that they gave specific players rather than generic filters or players. People never really cared, they never really minded it, they never had a problem with it. But then there's just few cards, especially just one card that happened. I'm not gonna tell you who the card is or else I'll give away too much details. People started getting suspicious and found it sketchy. And this is kind of where like the flash and market manipulation started coming in. It was sent into one card. I'm not gonna say who, because if I say this card, everyone's gonna do it right away. Everyone blew up. Everyone's like, "Hey, this guy's kind of genius, and that's playing for views." And YouTuber X came out with a Reddit post and said like, "Hey, come on guys, please don't make a blast about me. I play the market fairly. I don't exploit you guys for views. I help a lot of FIFA Mobile YouTubers, young ones, like he did. He really helped promote a lot of FIFA Mobile YouTubers that are very big today. He really helped promote them and make them big. But people, it kind of been a lot more peachy and dreamy. People went in there with an open mind, but not everyone went in there with an open mind. Unfortunately, came to a point where it just came too much for YouTuber X, and then after like one more season and a half, they're just like, you know what, yeah. So really, what the thing was like, since their flying was big, like the investments will spread quickly, and it'll just go into a pyramid investment, and then the guy, it was just a bit too much, and it just got too out of hand, and then it's like, you know what, I'm leaving, and I understand his frustration. Must have been very tough for the game he loved and the community he loved. For him to just have to leave like that was kind of really disappointing. But it's just an example of how specific investments really kind of messed up a YouTuber. And yeah, it's kind of tough. But that just brings us to the end of story time. And now I'm going to bring us to the most important part of the section: when to buy and when to sell. Okay, so when to buy. The best time to buy the cards is when there's a high number of cards in supply that are being thrown into the market. For example, this could be during the end of an event when people are just discarding the cards for the end of events, so people don't want their cards anymore. So there's a high amount of cards circulating in the market, lowering the price. Just remember, think of the supply and demand. If the higher the supply, the lower the demand, the lower the price. The higher the supply, oh man, oh my god, I'm really taking economics right now. I'm not forgetting this. The lower the supply, the higher the demand, the higher the price. That's just basic economic ruling of supply and demand. Very simple. So when a new event comes or overshadows over other cards, so the people end up throwing these cards into the market for a way to make new cards. Let me just give an example of this one. I remember last year, if you remember the Journey event players where you get 104 overall cards from Champions League, and they were not that hard to get. If you just grind them moderately, they're fairly easy to get. And then what happens is that people are like, "Oh, let's go," and they end up throwing up their cards. These 97 cards, you were seeing 97 cards, 98 rated cards, being thrown into market for like 1 million coins. And I even made a video on it. I literally made a video on it, saying, "Hey guys, buy this card. Make sure you buy this card. This guy, he will rise in price. I'm telling you, he will rise in price." I just hope that there may be the few 60 people that watched the video, because my channel was a bit small at that time, kind of still is, but it was really small at that time. I just hope the people that watched that really bought that card, because believe it or not, after the event, the price of that card, that specific card, I told people to go, "Hey, go invest in it." He rose through 4 million coins, making 3 million profit per coin. So I invested 10 to those cards, and I made 30 million profit just like that. And it wasn't even that long of an investment. Maybe it was like a week investment, 2 weeks investment, and it wasn't really a specific card. I gave it a filter. It was like a whole entire filter. I just picked a certain card. It was 97 Striker Morega. That's just a card I happened to choose. Felt like it had good stats and it would be a good card. Right after the event, that's where his price went. So that was probably like one of my best investments ever. Understand that. When you buy during a market crash, the price is going to take time to build up and rise again. So don't be fooled by the ones who give you specific times. So say you buy a card and you say, I bought this card, when it's going to rise? Someone's going to be like, 2 to 3 weeks. That's inaccurate. 2 to 3 weeks is inaccurate. Here's a quote I say: he who claims the time tells a lie. Like, it's inaccurate. Because I remember I've never invested into a card that rose in exactly 2 to 3 weeks. Never. Where I get full profit, make big profit, never have they rise in just 2 to 3 weeks. Really? What I was gonna say as well, if someone tells you the time, they don't really know what they're talking about. They're just giving an estimate. It's not an accurate estimate. Don't think. In this next time, I'm gonna give you very good advice about selling the card. So what to sell. So if you are constantly asking others, when can I sell this card, or should I sell this card, or how can I, or like, let me sell, how can I sell it, like, when can I sell this, should I sell this, you should have never bothered to invest in the card in the first place. If you're constantly asking when to invest, when to invest, when to invest, when to invest, not when to invest, when to sell, when to sell, when to sell, when to sell, you should have never bothered to invest in the first place. Investing takes patience. If you want to know when to sell, don't invest, go do something else, don't invest. So investing is a long-term method. It's not a quick method to making coins. It requires a lot amount of patience. I remember how I invested in a ton of cards in maybe like July, and then when Retro Stars released in August, that's when my cards started rising. I took it because it had the SBC that you needed for certain cards. That's when my cards started rising. So about almost a month it took for my cards to rise. I was waiting for about a month, and I ended up making a lot of coins. So that's just a good example that you should be patient. The best time to sell is not in a time frame, but in a coin frame. So people say sell in 2 to 3 weeks. No, that's wrong. Inaccurate. I've never heard someone that knows the market a lot say, buy this card, sell in blah 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 weeks. If you're saying that you don't know too much about the market, it's pretty evident. Don't say when can I sell in a time frame. So don't sell I can sell in 2 to 3, but sell in a coin frame instead. Here's a good tip. Keep this in your mind. Don't ask, when can I sell this card to make profit? Instead, ask, how can I sell this card to make profit? So how can I put a price on the bot where the bot can purchase it to make coins, not when to sell to make coins? So instead of saying like, when can I sell this card just to make coins, I want to sell it in 2 to 3 weeks, maybe I can make a few coins. Think of it, say, what price? Oh, maybe I can wait till it reaches 1 million, then I can sell it, then I can make profit. That is the mind of a real investor. They don't think about when, they think about how. So keep that in mind. That's why I'm saying this is very important. This is something a lot of people mess up. Can't tell you how much times I hear 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Inaccurate, not right at all. Myth busted. That's just a fun fact, something that you never know. But if someone tells you that when to sell in blah 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 weeks, they probably don't know what they're talking about. Okay. Make sure you sell, not when to sell, not a time frame, but how to sell coins. Like, what coin can I sell? What price can I sell so I can make profit? So, as I said before, with the 1 million coins, can I sell this out 1 million coins so I can make a decent profit, or should I sell this in 2 to 3 weeks so I can make any kind of profit? Because if you wait 2 to 3 weeks, the price not rises. That's mean you're just gonna sell at whatever price. So always follow the 2 times rule, and that's a trick I learned from this Reddit post from FIFA Mobile Market Guy. I'll put that in the description. A great resource to learn the market, an amazing resource that I think you should start off with if you want to learn the market. So that means if you invest in like a certain price, you should get 2 times that investment back. So if I invest 10 million, I should get at least 20 million back. And remember again, he who claims the time tells a lot. They don't know what they're talking about. So my personal tips and tricks is that number 1 is that learn the market first. Always learn it first. It'll make the investing a lot easier. If you want to know where you can learn the market, I have a lot of videos on my channel. There's posts on everywhere. There's a Reddit post I'll link in the description in the resources section where you can go check that out. Also, watch out for market scammers. Someone says, "Hey, come invest in this one card with me," or you see someone saying, "Invest in this, invest in this." Do not do it. They're just manipulating you for coins. You know. Um, 3, really need to be patient. Again, stop asking when can I sell this card or should I sell this card. One of the most annoying questions I get in FIFA Mobile, as I said before, uh, is not when can I sell it, how can I sell it. If you asking when can I sell, should I sell it, you should have never invested in the first place. Anyone saying buy a card 1 to 2 weeks, buy a card and sell 1 to 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, they really have no idea what they're talking about. I can prove that 100%. I've never bought a card and in 1 to 2 weeks it was enough for me to make good profit, or if I buy a card and it says wait 2 to 3 weeks, I've never had enough coin to make a decent profit, maybe 100K profit, but that's it. I don't like to go, it's either go big or go home. That's what I like to do with my profits. I like to make sure my profits are big. Okay. And next one is simple, just how you rule the market. You just buy low, sell high, simple as that. Snipe low, invest in, sell high. And if you are going to have failed investments, but when you fail, do not worry about the coins you lose. Do not worry about them. If you worry about them, you won't be able to invest. Because you will just be like, oh, I don't want to lose coins. I'm not investing. Don't think about the coins you lose, but instead think about how can you make this investment better, so it doesn't end up failing the next time. I've definitely had a ton of failed investments last year. Last year, I probably had at least 30 failed cards of investment. Then again, I had at least 70 successful investments. So I still have some failed investments I had to sell for a loss. It happens. There's no way. There's no one that can sell, that can have perfect investments. For example, think of 95 left back Williams. I bought him last year. I thought his price was going to rise like a high price. Stayed around the same price for the whole entire FIFA Mobile. Wasted investment. Probably sold him for 20K profit. That's it. And then before buying and selling, understand why the card is in this state. So if you're selling at a price, understand why this card is at this price. If you're buying, understand why this card is buying at this price. And makes it easier to understand scenarios. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I will be making a part 2 where I answer all of you guys' questions. Any questions that you have on this, I will be answering them. Just tell me down in the comments, and I'll be very happy to answer them if you watch the whole video. Okay, and I'll make a part 2 on it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I'm gonna tell you you're gonna be very successful in the market, because you actually have patience to sit down through a 30-minute video or 40-minute video. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Yeah, see you guys next time. Oh yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already.